Hello, lovers of beauty. I am so excited. My name is Crystal, and you are at the Create with Crystal YouTube channel. And you are going to learn to paint flowers today in acrylic. And this is the picture that we're going to paint. And I am a mom, an author, and an artist. And I will be posting videos every Thursday. So subscribe, like, comment, ask your questions. I want to teach you how to paint, how to make your visions take flight. Art is such a wonderful thing. When I paint, I feel like I'm just in a different zone, a different world. And the emptiness that I feel inside, I don't feel it anymore. And so I hope maybe for you, if you paint, maybe you won't feel so empty inside. You'll feel some joy, some peace. And I just hope you're not hard on yourself, because it takes time to develop this talent. And if you're hard on yourself, then you might not keep painting. Or if, you just are, if you want to be Michelangelo tomorrow, you might not paint. But let's just try to paint on canvas and have fun together. So every week I'm going to teach you how to become an artist, and be sure to subscribe. And at the end of the video, I'll give you my favorite art on the go tip to help you learn how to become an artist in your busy life. So stay tuned and let's learn how to create with Crystal. We are going to start to paint a rose bouquet in acrylic. The supplies that you'll need are in the show notes. The thing that you need to do first is draw a pencil sketch of your of what you're going to draw. And this picture is going to be an exercise in the composition and design principle, big, medium, small. So it's really important to have variety and a focal point. So you need to have some big shapes. So you might want to have like some 3 big flowers, and then 2 medium, and then some smalls, or 5 big ones, 3 medium, and 8 smalls, whatever you want. But you need to have some big shapes, some medium, and some small flowers and leaves. And we're also going to do some baby's breath, which is all these cute little dots. That will just give it interest. If you just do big and medium, it's not as interesting. But if you have big, medium, and small, then it's really interesting. So after the pencil sketch, then you're going to outline the sketch in paint with the liner brush. And the placement of the vase is critical. Do not sacrifice foreground for sky. This means that you don't want to place the vase on the bottom of the painting. The vase should be about 1 inch or 2 above the bottom of the canvas, so it looks like there is a solid table for the bouquet to sit on. And that way, the viewer wants to feel like, oh, I'm enjoying seeing this, not, is that bouquet going to fall out of the picture? Why am I feeling uneasy? So the vase is an ellipse or oval shape on the top and the bottom with straight sides. So that means it should not look like a square box. It should look like a cylinder with an oval shape for the bottom and an oval shape for the top. And then the flowers, like I said, need to be big, medium, and small. The flower placement should be random, interesting, and balanced. And just have fun with your design. Just don't feel like, okay, well, where do I put it? Is there a right place? No, there's not a right place to put your flowers. And flowers are beautiful. So fill up the canvas with 70% of flowers. We don't want lots of empty background, because background isn't that interesting, but flowers are gorgeous. Okay, so right here I'm going to teach you about light and shadow. So we have a light source on the left. Imagine there's a lamp hitting our vase and our bouquet, and it's causing a shadow to go off to the right. So the highlight is the brightest area of light where the light hits it directly and it causes a shine. And we're going to paint that in the baby's breath. And then there's halftone, the area of light on the object. So the rose and the vase has an area that's in light called halftone. Then there's a core shadow, which is where there's some darkness, and the roses have some darkness and the vase has some darkness, and that makes it look round when you add the reflected light. And there's a big danger when you do reflected light. Reflected light can, people want to make it as light as the halftone. That is a big, big no-no. It has to stay in the realm of shadow, so it has to stay kind of dark, but it's just a tiny bit lighter. And that will make your roses look round and voluminous. And it will make your vase look voluminous. So then after that, you have cast shadow. So the vase is casting a shadow off to the right on the table. And also there's some shadows from the leaves on the vase. And shadows are not solid. So you're not just going to paint this little oval that's just like really hard and crisp. There's a concept called umbra and penumbra. So umbra, think of umbrella. Right under an umbrella, it's darker. So right where the shadow starts, it's darker. There's less light. But then as the shadow travels away, there's more ambient light that's introduced into the shadow. And so the edges get softer and the shadow dissipates and gets a little lighter. But it's still dark, but it's just a little lighter. So that's your little class on light and shadow. And make the flowers big and lovely. That will help create an interesting painting. And don't be afraid to go off the canvas with the flowers or leaves to create an interesting negative shape. The negative shape is the area outside the vase and the flowers. And this is an important part of the art piece, and it should be interesting. You don't want to just have negative space that's all the same size. Medium, 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 medium. You want to have some negative space that's like small, medium, large. So then the next step is to paint the background and the foreground. And you paint it, I painted it a pastel turquoise, which you can make from phthalo green and white. And then paint the table a yellow ochre or a yellow iron oxide. So here we are going to paint the flowers, stylize, be you, be unique. As you watch me, I know it looks like magic, but there's several different ways to make these roses. And what I usually do is I go over the roses twice. So first I do some liner brush with alizarin crimson, that maroon color, and I just kind of make a spiral or some U shapes, kind of like a tulip, you know, has an oval with a U shape under it. And then I add some, you know, red orange at the bottom, and then some pink, and then some yellow, some light yellow. And then I'll go over it again and do the red liner again, and to create more depth and to kind of just have some things lost and found. And so you want each rose to be kind of a gradient of light to dark. Light at the top, dark at the bottom, and then with a little dark spot in the very center where the rose comes together. So we're just building the feeling of volume in these roses, and make sure that you're getting rid of all the white canvas. And we can add white later, but we need to get rid of all the white so that we have juicy, lovely paint and not just a gessoed raw canvas showing through. Okay, the next step is the leaves. So you're going to use phthalo green or olive green. What I like to do is sometimes outline it with the red, and then because roses actually have red in some of their leaves, and So then you use some phthalo green and then put some olive green on top of that, and then a splash of lime green where the highlight area is. And if you need to erase anything, just erase with a paper towel or a t-shirt. Then the next step is to paint your vase and your baby's breath. And we can just have fun painting your vase, make it look shiny. And then the next step is shadows. Add shadows under the leaves on the vase and from the vase. And then your last step is your details and your signature. So the details, you could add polka dots to the vase if you want. And the polka dots will look lighter in the light halftone area and darker in the shadow area where the leaves are casting a little bit of a shadow on the vase. And don't forget your signature. And then even I like to turn over the painting and put the date on the back, because I mean, how awesome will that be? Like, I was able to go on my Instagram and see my very first time I posted a picture on Instagram was 2016, 5 years ago. And how neat would it be for you to know when you painted your first rose vase painting? So put the date on the back. And this is looking awesome. You're doing fantastic. Keep up the great work. Okay, well, I hope you had a wonderful time painting this lovely bouquet, and I had a ton of fun doing it. Here's the one I painted. I painted a whole bunch of these. This is a watercolor one. If you don't have acrylic paint, you could paint a watercolor one. And notice how, you know, these are just kind of stylized little circles, you know, with just some little swirls. It's just quite simple, but you can have a lot of fun painting simple flowers. And my little art tip that I'm going to give you is that every single month there is a art challenge. And so this is the monthly art challenge. I printed this off the internet on brushwarriors.com. And so this is so great. This is how I got myself started painting. I didn't really paint very much for 15 years because I had 6 kids and I just didn't paint, but I really could have sketched more. And so in 2016, I started Inktober. And now it's 2021, so I've painted for 5 years. And I got started from Inktober, which Jake Parker started. And what Inktober is every single day of the month, there is a prompt. And so like this year, on October 1st, the challenge word is crystal, which is my name. So you need to draw something to do with crystals on October 1st and then post it with hashtag Inktober 2021. And so there's other challenges that you can do. So in November, there's Huevember, so you draw something that's a different color or hue every day. In December, they have Dinovember, so you draw a dinosaur every day. In January, there's Create January. February has Fairyary, so you draw a fairy every day. March has March of Robots, so draw a robot every day. April is April Showers, so it's from the phrase April showers brings May flowers. So you draw something to do with flowers and rain and things like that. May is Mermay, and so you draw a mermaid every day. Then you post hashtag Mermay 2022. And June has Junicorn. July has July Cantrophy. August has Dogust, so you draw a dog every day. And September has Sketchtember. So there's all these great ideas, so that, you know, a lot of times the biggest problem is just trying to figure out what to do. And so I challenge you to do an art challenge, one of these, whatever month it is, do the art challenge. You don't have to do it perfectly, just even if it's the 15th of the month, do it for the rest of the month and post it on your social media. And you will just start creating some synergy in your life, and you'll start creating art. So I hope you have a blast, and I hope you will enjoy Create with Crystal YouTube, and like, subscribe, comment, and share these videos, and have a paint night with your girlfriends, and let's paint some bouquets. I think you will have a blast painting this, and hope you do it and show me what you create.